Ooh, this tastes good.
Wow.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
We just sip.
we are sipping
Yeah, tell them.
estate grown Albarino from Bokish Vineyard.
We don't usually shout
Bocas.
people out on the show, but Trina just got back from Lodi.
I just got back from Lodi, California. Shout out to the Roots Fund and shout out to the Lace Collective, which is the t shirt that I'm wearing. And that's the Lodi Appalachian Inclusive Collective. And what that is, they're a group of wine growers and winemakers, vineyards, etc., members who believe in the inclusivity of the wine industry, bringing in minorities,
Okay, shout out to y'all. I didn't know that.
having projects, having partnerships, sponsoring with the Roots Fund. The first official folks to sign on to the Root Funds initiative when they first formed back in 2020, and they discussed we want to bring minorities and underserved communities into the wine industry to gain more exposure, more
Very dope.
experience, all those things. And Bokish is one of the members. So we are drinking their sparkling Albarino, which I had while I was there, on their beautiful vineyard property, which not only is a beautiful vineyard, we also did some blending. We did a blending session down in the cellar with the winemaker. We toured. We looked at their beautiful vineyard, and apparently they have a booming wedding
Oh,
event
nice,
space,
nice.
vineyard
I mean, those
weddings.
areas out there, yeah. It's come on, man. It's a
They
beautiful
have
thing.
one of
This
the
is really nice.
premier
Nice,
spaces.
very nice, very nice.
So we talked a lot. We learned a lot. They talked to us. We were a very small group. It was a very intimate setting to
Yeah.
learn about the industry, to learn about winemaking, to learn about layering your business.
Yeah,
The business model of the tasting room, the business model of virtual, the wine sales online, the business model of also having the event space for weddings, and how that all folds into
That's
your
beautiful,
business
yo.
and growing your own grapes on premise and making your own wine on premise.
I know you have your own wine dreams, which
Yes.
are now my wine dreams as well.
Thank you.
Did they being out there? Did it make you? Was there any draw or pull to that lifestyle, like the whole vineyard type of thing, and all that whole process? Anywhere along that process, could you picture yourself anywhere there?
I would say my love of nature does draw me there. Like the grapes, the vines, the being in the dirt, the playing in the dirt. Not playing in the dirt, but getting your hands dirty and just being in that environment. It's a different space. These are people who are working their own land that they own, growing grapes and doing something that they are passionate about.
That's dope.
And producing something that they're sharing with the world,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah. The folks that did you ask anyone there who worked at the different vineyards, the proximity of their homes?
Many of them live on property.
They live on property. A lot
Their
of them.
houses, they usually pointed them out to us. There's
Nice,
our
nice.
house right there.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, there's our house right
Cause
over there.
I've been to what is it
Napa.
Napa, right, and the other areas, and they're out there.
Right.
Like where, you know what I'm saying? Typically, I guess it's a small town somewhere close, and then you have to travel a couple of hours to get to like San Fran or something.
Right. No, they live every property, except for where we just went to vines only.
Yeah.
But where they're like estate grown or the estate properties, the house was just over to the left or just over
Word.
to the right, and and they've grown around. They've acquired the land around.
Word.
They have their house there. They live there, raise their kids,
Dope.
and have been a part of the community for many of them upwards of 20 years, doing business
It's beautiful, man.
Growing.
Being able to do something you love for a living.
every day, all day.
This is the grind. This is what we all trying to
Yeah.
do, right?
Yeah.
This is not what they teach you is the American dream. This is the real.
No.
That's the real. You know what I'm saying?
And the
one of them at least.
The farming aspect of it, the farm to table situation out there was serious.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah. You talked about that when we were talking.
The food is different. The food was different. Everything was fresh. I felt great. My body was happy. They were just, just a different vibe. So do I want to necessarily move to California and live there? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
I still am an East Coast girl. I'm a Florida East Coast girl.
Florida, he's completely abandoned the Northeast. Dang, man.
It's starting to get cold, and my body is starting to feel it.
Right.
It just don't work for me. The cold don't work for me.
Right.
But it's just beautiful. And shout out to Lace for hosting us.
Shout out.
For giving us such a great opportunity to learn and pique our interest and give us opportunities and welcome us back. Because I just posted and they're like, it was so great. We can't wait for you to come back. When are you coming back?
That's dope, man.
And shout out to the Roots Fund scholars who are out there working.
Right.
Who are just finishing harvest, who are out there going to work at wineries and experience and get that hands-on opportunity. And shout out to Lace and all the wineries and the partnerships that are offering opportunities. Mm-hmm. To the scholars,
right, and the Roots Fund too. Shout out to the Roots Fund too.
Roots Fund, because they've got trip after trip after just these enrichment trips for us to experience and be exposed to different things and meet people and make connections to improve our own careers. It's what's the word I'm looking for? Priceless.
Yeah, I mean, while certain demographics in this country just kind of get born into opportunities like that, others, such as ourselves, we need organizations that are going to make a way for.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because those doors are not just going to open up for people who look like you, people who look like me. That's just not how it works in these industries. And you get an organization that can, make these partnerships and stuff like that. Because a lot of times there are good people out there who would be willing. And you seem like you ran into a bunch of them. Like you had a lot of good experiences with the people while you were out there.
If I wanted to say that I wanted to quit and move out there, I don't think I would have any issue.
They'd be ready to go.
Yeah, there wouldn't be any issue in me getting a job out there.
Word.
Yeah, and wine. Just live it, breathe it, work it.
You just had to give up next day delivery from Amazon, huh? It's probably not gonna happen out there.
We saw Amazon out there.
I know they out there. But was it the next day?
No, I was gonna get something shipped out there, and it was Tuesday, and it was gonna get there on Thursday.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so no, it's popping. The trucks was out there, and let me tell you, speeding. All through the vineyards or through Lodi, there was no speed limit. Everybody was flying out there. They was flying. The mailman. We sat in the vineyard. We had lunch in a vineyard one day. It was closing up to the street.
Oh, that's when they had the table outside?
That
was fly stuff.
Shout out to Gerardo and Anaya Wines. That was an excellent experience. And Lodi Crush. He has his own crush company, custom crush company, and they hosted us out there, and that was fantastic. But watching the Amazon trucks fly by and the mailman, just
not a lot of police presence out there, or they just don't really care.
I didn't see any police.
You didn't see nothing out there.
Not in between from vineyard to vineyard, moving around. Not a lot.
I mean, I'm just trying to gauge it, you know what I'm saying? Because like when I order my sneakers, like I don't want somebody talking about your sneakers gonna be in 3 weeks. I ain't got time for that.
Nah, because I was gonna order another pair of hunter boots and have them shipped, and I just stopped myself because I was like,
you're doing a lot.
My
you didn't
luggage.
mention that to me. I'd have been like, you gotta chill. You gotta chill.
I wasn't gonna tell you that.
Yeah, of course you weren't.
I wasn't gonna tell you that. But I just found another way. I was like, it's not like I didn't bring 2 pairs of boots. So where are the other boots, Trina?
Look, we about to move in together soon. You know what I'm saying? Look, all this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to get real. We ain't got no basement. We ain't got no attic. You're gonna have to use your little trunk. You're gonna have to hide your shoes.
I'm not sure. Are you gonna hide your sneakers?
No. Oh no. You know my sneakers are gonna be round open.
Yeah.
You can be like, you got another pair? I'm like, yeah, I got another pair.
And I'm gonna be like, yeah, I got some shoes.
Yeah. Well, it might be some stuff I might have to hide though. You never know. Like, what if I bought you something?
Okay.
What if I bought you something I didn't want you to see until a certain time?
Okay, then I guess you would have to hide.
You're gonna have to hide stuff. Don't act like there's no opportunity to hide, instances where we have to hide stuff.
I guess so. Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying?
gonna
Move
work?
it in. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, now you coming around to about what I'm thinking. Now you catching on to what I'm saying.
How's that gonna work?
How does that work? It's a lot of things
Oh shit.
that come into question. All the time, we gotta live together. I'm tired of driving home. I'm tired of you leaving. You think about the fact that you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You might have to hide stuff.
What we gonna do?
Hey man, you gotta figure it out.
Oh my god.
I ain't gonna tell you my secrets. You don't tell me yours.
Oh my goodness. This is gonna be real interesting.
It's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be very interesting.
For sure.
Yeah. So this is our first time appearing.
Oh, as a married couple, right? Right? Did we?
Yeah, because I was gone.
Last
week.
because we told them before we got married,
Right.
and whatnot. And the
then
next week you
then
were
I
gone.
left.
Yeah, man. Shout out to that.
Hey.
We married.
Hey people. Cheers. Yeah, I was gone.
Last time we said we were married, we were saying that because we were gonna be married by the time you saw it. But
yeah.
This is our first time on.
But now, yeah, I left. I left like 5 days after we got married.
You know what I'm saying? I begged and pleaded for her not to leave that soon after we got married.
Oh, you lying. Oh, why you going to do that? Oh, why you going to do that? Why you going to do that?
So she said the streets are calling.
You going to have these people making comments.
She said the streets is calling. I gotta go.
She belongs to the streets.
Oh, she gotta go.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I had to go.
Nah, man. Yeah, I was all about it, man.
I appreciate
very happy when
your
I'm an adult.
understanding. It was a life-changing experience. I was very, reflective, a lot of looking on the inside about what I'm going to do next, how to transition, just a focus that I didn't have before. It was just so great to be around wine people and talking wine. And
You know, an observation I had
What?
of you during and after this trip is that it seemed like it gave you more of a sense of belonging in the wine spaces.
Absolutely.
That's dope.
It's great to find your people.
Yeah, it's dope. It's dope, man. I love it.
It's great. It feels really good. It's great. I feel great. And shout out to the crew, the family. Shout out to Darren, Victor, Kenda, and Tony. Those are the folks. And Catalina, because she left early. And John, because he left early.
So many people.
But for the scholars who were on this enrichment trip, shout out to y'all and shout out to Akimi, our lovely executive director who was running the show the whole time, and Randy Caparoso, who gave me the amazing book.
Word, that book is dope.
The book
I was impressed with that book. It's a Lodi book.
The Lodi book, a definitive history of the largest.
It's a heavy book, yo.
The largest grape growing region in the United States.
That people don't know about.
This
I mean,
bottle.
the wine folks, y'all know.
Yeah,
about it,
I mean, people know about Lodi. You've 9 times out of 10 had grapes from Lodi, but these bottles actually say Lodi on them. So read your bottles.
But I'm not sure if you and I discussed this on here.
I don't know.
When we talked about Lodi, but the fact that the Napa, the other ones are the more popular. Were the household names.
Yes.
And Lodi is something I had never heard of it until you told me about it.
Yes, they actually have more square footage of grapes growing.
Right.
Than Napa and Sonoma combined. So over 110,000 acres.
It's crazy.
Space,
it's crazy.
Where the other two have in the 40s each.
Right.
So just there's the countless places. 9 times out of 10, you've had some wine.
Yeah.
That was from Lodi. Yeah. It may have had Napa on there because they purchased the grapes.
Be sourcing grapes.
They source the grapes from Lodi, and then they roll them on, drive them on up the road to Napa and bottle. They bottled it in Napa, but the grapes grown are actually from Lodi. In many, many instances. Not saying that grapes aren't being grown in Napa, but there's just not enough grapes there to source to all of the United States.
You gonna get a Lodi tattoo?
No.
Okay.
There's only one other tattoo I'm getting.
Well, it's one for now. We're gonna get our fingers tattooed.
Yeah.